This week on the Erotic Awakening Podcast, episode 733, Dawn Awakening. Welcome to the Erotic Awakening Podcast, the longest running podcast on kink and polyamory. This podcast contains adult content for consenting adults. With that in mind, let's dive in. But first, I'd like to thank the amazing patrons of Erotic Awakening. You've literally kept and continue to keep this show and educational work alive and thriving. So a special welcome to our newest supporters, Glee, Lady Stacy, Susan, Paul, Miss Brenda, and Arcane. If you'd like to be a part of the team that supports this continuing work, head over to patreon.com/eroticawakening today. Hi, everyone. I'm Dawn, and as you can tell, this show sounds a little different, and I'll explain why in just a little bit. So I am here this week to continue the conversations on power exchange, polyamory, sacred sexuality, and everything in between. So today we're exploring the concept of dawn awakening and why this name came to be. Now, don't worry about it. The show is going to continue being Erotic Awakening, but I have changed my name in a few different places to Dawn Awakening. And that's a bit because that's kind of what I'm going through right now, and it fits in with the show. So I might as well link myself to Erotic Awakening. I think that sounds like a lot of fun. So I'm just going to jump right in and talk about why the show has been on hiatus for the last 2 months, almost 2 months. Hard to believe. And why it's taking a turn a little bit differently for the future. So, episode 733, I had thought about doing it as season 2, episode 1. But I like the idea that it is going to continue as it's just going to continue where the last version left off. So obviously the big difference is the first 732 shows was me and Dan, and now it is me. Well, that is because Dan and I split in late July. So we have separated. We're going to concentrate on our own journeys, our own paths, and mine involves staying in the kink community and continuing the podcast, continuing to teach, continuing the education. That's my passion and has been for 2 decades, and I would like to keep that going. As for Dawn Awakening and the actual name, actually, it was a couple of different people that came up with it. There was a few people on Patreon when I said I was searching for a new name. There was a couple of on Fetlife that came up with this name. So it just felt like the way to go, and that's what I did. I'd like to keep this short and not emotional. I've been working really well for the last 2 months at not getting emotional. I still have my moments. That was a long, deep, intense relationship. So, and it is going to be one that's hard to recover from the loss of. So, like I said, I wanted to let you guys know Erotic Awakening is still out there. I will continue to keep it going. I'll do some talking head stuff like now, but I also plan on interviewing more people. I'm going to be attending a lot more events. I have got, just in the next couple of months, I have 6 vending and presenting things that I'll be doing up in the area around Chicago. So it's going to be Chicago, Madison, Minneapolis, and Milwaukee is what I have planned up through almost Christmas. So of 2025. And then I'll look at where I'm going to be next year. Besides that, I've also got some workbooks in mind to go with Hearts and Collars and the Polyamory Toolkit. So that'll be a lot of fun to put together and things like that. And I've also got some new projects in mind. More on that later. I've got to get the Zoom classes and the stuff that I was doing before the split. I have to get up and running again now that I am settled in Chicago for a couple of months anyway. Here through December, so if you are in the area, you'll need to reach out to me. I won't be here forever. I plan on traveling after this, based probably on where the presentations are going to be, where the events are going to be. I do plan, like I said, on staying in the kink community. This is my family. The kink community and some of the people in the community have been more family to me than my family of origin. So I told my family of origin, except one sister that is so supportive, but the rest of my family of origin, when I told them about the split, I got no support whatsoever. When people in the community found out, there has been such an outpouring of support and help and just being my friends. So this community, this is my family. I plan on staying. I have a lot to share and a lot to teach, and this is my home. So I just wanted to express that. And with that, I might get emotional, so we're moving on. With the patrons, that is the main support that keeps all of this going. That is hardware, software, editing programs, all of this type of stuff. The patrons is what covers all of what makes the show even possible. So that's why I mention them a lot. It's financial support. I love the personal support. I love the friendships. I love the outpouring of that. But to keep the show going, it is the patrons that keep that moving forward. So thank you guys so very much. So, like I said, I don't want to get emotional. I'll be okay. This will be okay. The change will be okay. It'll be a good thing. I'm going to try to make them shorter, but we'll see how that goes because even by myself, I'm a talker. So let's continue moving forward. And as I continue to move forward, as my journey continues to move forward, I'm actually going to have more time to spend with you guys. So I'm going to mention some upcoming events that I have. And if you guys are going to be there, please reach out and say hi. And I truly mean that. You won't be interrupting me. If I'm running around, I will stop and say hi and then make plans for when I'm not running around. But feel free to reach out. I would love to put names and faces together. With that in mind, some upcoming events that I am super excited about. So this weekend is the Elgin Annual Kink Expo. So it's right outside of Chicago, and I will be vending books. I'll still have the books, Kink starter cards. I will have hooded aftercare blankets. These are my one-of-a-kind hooded aftercare blankets that I've been selling for years now. And I've got some paddles from AIS Kink Labs, just things, lots of things. And it's this weekend. So if you can get to Chicago, that's where you want to be. Get your ticket now, like now, it's in a couple of days. And then Satyricon Vendor Fair up in Madison. That's in November. I'll be vending there. Milwaukee's Naughty Munch up in November. I'll be presenting and vending. I'm also vending at MSDB's Biz Baz in Minneapolis in November. All of this is in time for the holidays. Naughty Revival. I'm so looking forward to that. That's Minneapolis in December, where I'll be presenting. And then I've already got my first gig for next year. So keep up with all the places I'm presenting or vending or whatever. My online classes, intensive, book news, discounts, and more via the Erotic Awakening newsletter. Get your EA shout out like Renee in South Carolina, Lisa in Illinois, and Lady O in Virginia. Head over to eroticawakening.com and subscribe today. Just a little bit more. I'm super excited about what happened tonight. So a couple of days ago, Court TV reached out to me and wanted me to be an expert, a subject matter expert on BDSM. I've been on their show before, and tonight's show was about the same case that I was on there for before. So if you were into true crime, this is about BDSM and murder. And I'll have the link on the show notes, but it's only good for a couple of days, and then you'll have to go to Court TV to see the episode. I'm in the first couple of minutes of it, so about the first 10 minutes, they interview me about a few things. And the interviewer, Vinny, he is actually very respectful about the whole BDSM idea. I mean, the first show that I did, he was a little like, "Ooh, did you guys know there was this thing out there, called Fetlife?" And I just treated it like it was a normal thing. Like, yeah, there's a platform out there for people that have the same interests. Like, there's all kinds of platforms out there for crocheting and things like that. It's just another platform. And he started to treat it like it was an okay thing and didn't try to shame. And that was a really cool experience. So hopefully, as the trial gets closer, I'll have a chance to get on there again. But I've been lucky to get it twice so far. So, yay, Court TV. Another thing that is really cool is Dawn_Awakening Giggle is a new fetish on Fetlife. So thank you, Kyubi, for creating that fetish. That one's a lot of fun. Let's see if the giggles continue to happen. I can't make them happen. It's got to be something funny that's just funny. So maybe with the interviews that I have coming up, that'll still be a thing. Here's hoping. I like my giggle. And then before wrapping up, I have a question for you. Okay. So here's something to think about. I have a patron who tells me that there is a new love language out there. So he just found this out. This is Minotaurus, and there's a new love language out there, and it's called pebbling. I'd never heard of it before, but it seems to stem from penguins giving small pebbles to other penguins as a present. So, pebbling in human form would be sending each other memes, funny images, jokes, things like that. Probably links to YouTube videos or TikTok or all that type of stuff. So, the question is, do you pebble? Are you a pebbler? Did you even think about it? Would you like to be a pebbler? Would your partner like for you to be a pebbler? Does it drive them nuts? If you're a pebbler, what's your favorite way to pebble? Share with the listeners. So make sure you contact me and reach out and tell me how you pebble because honestly, I'd like to learn that skill. I think I have two people that I do that with, but that's because they don't like a lot of interaction. So they like the memes and the links to TikTok and stuff like that. But how do you do it? What's your favorite way? So be a part of the Erotic Awakening podcast community. You can become a patron of the show and get early access to the podcast, a free copy of the audiobook Polyamory Toolkit, free ebooks, discounts on monthly Zoom classes, member-only Discord access, and more. Find all the goodies at patreon.com/erotic awakening. And then help others find the show. Take a moment to support the podcast. Give us high ratings wherever you listen to the podcast. And most importantly, tell your friends about the show. Join the conversation with other listeners. Use the links from the Erotic Awakening website for joining our interactive Discord channel. That was the first place I put the show link for tonight. So it was on Discord and with the patrons. Feel free to reach out to me with questions, interview and topic ideas, or just to say hi. I truly love our conversations. Currently, I can be found as Dawn_Awakening or Erotic Awakening on Fetlife, Erotic Awakening on Instagram, EA Dan and Dawn on TikTok, but that'll be changing soon, so watch for that. Or just email me at dawn@eroticawakening.com. So until next time, may your journey be filled with passion, joy, and a bit of naughtiness. Bye, everyone.